This is called a meeting with a mollusk. One day I went walking down a winding, windy trail to meet a man that claimed to have been turned into a snail. Walking idly, wondered I, who went and changed that man? And shocked was I to find the snail was actually a fan. He'd bought the book, he'd bought the prints, he even had a painting. And when we got to shaking hands, he quickly took to fainting. So starstruck was the man turned snail that upon my arrival, he requested that I sign his book and begged for a recital. I felt quite bland at reading to him in my standard cadence, and whilst deciding what to read, he showed excellent patience. I decided on a couple that had often gone quite well, and as I read it became clear to me he was under my spell. My plot, it seems, is evident, though perchance I'll spell it out, though please disregard the deviance with which I set about. You see, the man turned snail is one that I had planned to scout. Some folks like chicken, some folks like trout, some folks like salmon roe, but my guilty pleasure is and always will be escargot. I set upon the sleeping snail with much enthusiasm. I went to work upon his figure, wreaking quite the chasm. I tore and mangled with delight while readying my feast, when I heard the stomping footfalls approaching from the east. I peeked behind the curtains and saw, to my surprise, a wizard stepping nimbly from the brambles for my eyes. It seemed as though that fiend had set out after my prize. I thought it pertinent of me this threat I should apprise. He brushed off the sticks and bugs and leaves which clung to his blue robes. As I sought to lock the doors, lest the old wizard come and probe. Before I could secure the house, a knock sounded loudly twice. I opened the door and the wizard caught me in his vice. "What have you done with the snail?" his booming voice demanded. I let the door fall open, 'cause I knew I was caught red-handed. He took in the carnage of the scene that lay before him, and looked distastefully at I who'd done these acts so grim. "I'd surely like to take this demon on as my apprentice, but I fear that her brutality may very well be endless. Better still, I'll kill her, and take this feast as my own. Perhaps I'll even take the snail's house as my brand new home." Whilst the wizard oh so wisely considered all his actions, I sneaked behind him, grabbed my axe, and then I swiftly offed him. No one interrupts my dinner, this you should learn, unless the wizard's prize is one you too would like to earn. I set about my feasting, chewing, slowly savoring, and realized with a start that the snail was lacking flavoring. Disgruntled, disappointed, and well and truly vexed, it seemed that in his last moments the wizard had cast a hex. One more bite of escargot, I washed it down with sweet red wine, dashing my hopes that the problem with the snail had been the brine. It started sinking in, the wizard had taken my taste. I set about searching him with urgency and haste. No antidote was in his robes, no spellbook on his person. With this discovery, my anxiety began to worsen. There must be a solution to a taken sense of taste. Perhaps a potion, an elixir, or perhaps a paste. I set back down that winding road, sense of purpose born anew, and realized with a start the thing it is that I must do. Simply find another wizard wandering amongst the people, one whose power of spellcasting would prove to be more feeble. This wizard, should I find him, I'll ensnare him in my verse, and I'll compel him all at once to free me from this curse. If wizards are in short supply and in searching I'm unlucky, I'll be forced to spend my day